University have appeared in the list of the global top 2% scientists published by Stanford University in 2022. The number of ongoing research projects of the university is 244. These projects are getting staggering financial support from various international, national and state bodies to an extent of almost rupees 3.54 crore. In this connection, it is worthy to mention that the university has successfully completed the second phase of the prestigious scheme Promotion of University Research and Scientific Excellence parts of the Department of Science and Technology, Government of India in 2022, for which rupees 7.1 crore was granted. The University of BURDWAN always makes special efforts to reach out to the society through its different outreach programs. The Unit of National Service Scheme, that is NSS, of our university is also very active. This unit is organizing National Integration Camp this year from 18th to 24th February. We, in collaboration with the Department of Science and Technology and Biotechnology, Government of West Bengal, have also very successfully organized the 4th and 5th Regional Science Congress in our university in December 2019 and January 2023 respectively, to provide a forum for scientific research, especially to the young scientists. In this context, I would like to say a few words for the students and research scholars. For this, I would like to fall back upon Rabindranath Tagore in an essay, and Eastern University, Tagore wrote, universities should never be made into mechanical organizations for collecting and distributing knowledge. Through them, the people should offer their intellectual hospitality, their wealth of mind to others, and earn their proud right in return gifts from the rest of the world. We should never forget these words of Tagore. I would also like to urge you to make your education and research a joyful experience. You can experience this joy, a form of pure bliss, if you do not confine yourself to your study and research laboratory. I would like to conclude my address again by quoting a few lines from Tagore. He wrote, বৈরাগ্য সাধনে মুক্তি সে আমার নয়, অসংখ্য বন্ধন মাঝে মহা আনন্দময়, লোভিব মুক্তির স্বাদ ইন্দ্রিয়ের দ্বার, রুদ্ধ করি যোগাসন সে নহে আমার। যা কিছু আনন্দ আছে দৃশ্যে গন্ধে গানে, তোমার আনন্দ রবে তার মাঝখানে। Remember these words of Tagore. Do not make either yourself or the university look like an island or floating on the sea or far away from the society. The university is as much as yours as it is theirs. Who are outside it, offer intellectual hospitality to them. Whatever you learn from the university must be used for the betterment of the country, society and its people. Dear students and research scholars, do not forget that even an uneducated farmer or a daily laborer is funding your education and research indirectly to them. Finally, I request you to remember the lines of Kamini Roy. পরের কারণে স্বার্থ দিয়ে বলি, এ জীবন মন সকলে দাও, তার মতো সুখ কোথাও কি আছে, আপনার কথা ভুলিয়া যাও। পরের কারণে মরণেও সুখ, সুখ সুখ করি কেতনা আর, যতই কাঁদিবে যতই ভাবিবে ততই বাড়িবে হৃদয় ভার। আপনার লয়ে বিব্রত রইতে আসে নাই কেহ হবনি পরে, সকলের তরে সকলে আমরা, প্রত্যেকে আমরা পরের তরে। All the best for all your future endeavors. Thank you all.
May I now request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, to please present the recipients of the University or Endowment Medals to the Honorable Chancellor, Sir. The recipients are requested to come to the dais one by one in strict adherence to the discipline of the House to receive their medals and certificates from the Honorable Chancellor, Sir, as the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Sir, reads out their names.
Present to you the students who stood first in first class in university examinations of different years and considered suitable for the award of the university gold medals or endowment medals. You, sir, please deliver the award.
I call the name first Monisha Ali Patro to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in Sanskrit. Next I call Sital Sao to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in Hindi. Now I call Miss Tasnum Parveen securing first position in first class in MA examination 2022 in Urdu. Next I call Mousami Rakhi to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in Physiology. Next, Mr. Sebayat to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in MTech ENCE Microwave. Next, I call Onu Mahato to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in Physical Education. Next, Riya Das to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in Women's Studies. I call Jamaluddin Tarafdar to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in Arabic. Then I call Sujoy Murmu to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in Santali. Next I call Shaini Mandal to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2022 in Education. Next I call Sanchita Bhattacharya to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in the first class in the MA examination 2022 in Geography. Next I call Abhishek Korea to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2021 in MBA Tourism. Next I call Manjushree Pakira to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in MA examination 2021 in MA. Now I call Shefali Hasda to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in the MA examination 2021 in Santali. Next I call Sagota Banerjee to receive the University Gold Medal for securing first position in first class in MA examination 2021 in Chemistry. No. Thanks.
May I now request Honorable Chancellor Sir to address the convocation.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nirmal Nimai Chandra Thaha, distinguished Chief Guest, Professor Amitabh Ghosh, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Ashish Panigrahi, respected Registrar, Dr. Sujit Chaudhary, distinguished members of the Court and Executive Council, faculty, guests, recipient of medal and degrees, media, and heroes and sheroes of the BURDWAN University. It gives me immense delight to be here with you on this auspicious occasion when the bright young ones who are going out of the portals of this great institution are receiving their degrees and academic recognition. I remember the words of Wordsworth, bliss was it to be alive in those days, but to be young was very heaven. Bliss was it to be alive in those days, but to be young was very heaven. I congratulate the winners. When it is a pursuit of knowledge, there are no winners and losers. There are only winners and winnables. I congratulate the winners and also the winnables who are here to receiving accolades from these great institutions. Congratulations to those students who have brought laurels to themselves and glory to the nation. I remember an incident which causes a lot of pain for me when I happened to be in my earlier avatar as a civil servant. I was culture secretary. A great cultural event was organized in Vigyan Bhavan. We got intelligence report that some students may create some problems. So as usual we decided that entry will be regulated by pass. Security pass was issued by the Commissioner of Police, and we also put certain policemen in mufti to check the pass. Then came Amitabh Bachchan. The security asked him, "Sir, pass." Amitabh had forgotten to take the pass. Then he said, "But then there should be proof that you are Amitabh Bachchan." Amitabh related one or two sentences from his famous dialogue in Diva, proof enough, he was let in. Then comes Amjad Ali Khan. Pass, he forgot the pass. Proof, he didn't have the sitar with him, but even without the sitar, he could reproduce a musical sound of the sitar. That is a maestro that he is. Proof enough, he was let in. Then comes Mallika Sarabhai. She also forgot the pass. They asked for proof. She showed certain mudras in Bharatanatyam, proof enough, she was also let. Then is my turn. I, as the culture secretary, I stepped inside the auditorium with the arrogance of the IAS officer. Policeman stopped me. "Sir, pass." I said, "Pass? For me? The culture secretary?" Policeman said, "Sir, I didn't deny that you are the culture secretary, but pass should be there. That is the order. If you not pass, then proof has to be given." I said, "Impossible. How dare you ask me for a pass? I am the culture secretary of the nation." Then he said, "Sir, proof. Who is this everybody?" Sir, Amitabh Bachchan, Amjad Ali Khan, Mallika Sarabhai, I got agitated. Amitabh Bachchan, Mallika Sarabhai, Amjad Ali, what is? Then the policeman asked me, sir, you don't know them? I don't know them, why should I know them? Then he said, sir, no more proof is required. You are the culture secretary. We are asked to perform multiple roles here. I came here not to teach but to learn. Whenever I come to a university before scholars, I bow myself my head before them because they are the ones who inject knowledge into society. You know, when politics enters knowledge, the result is chaos. When knowledge enters politics, the result is refinement. That is why education is a game changer. Education is enlightenment. Education is empowerment. Education is enrichment. Education is emancipation. I think the motto of this great institution is also education for emancipation. Yes, Paulo Freire, in the Pedagogy of the Oppressed, said, education is for liberation. Now, I will draw your attention to something which happened in China. The emperor is in the deathbed. Everyone says, this is the time for coronation of the prince. But the emperor said no. The prince has to go out of the palace. He has to live with the common man, learn their life and come back and report to me. For 1 year, the prince lived in the common man. He learned many things which he has not seen in the cozy comfort of the palace. How the common man thinks, how the common man feels, how the common man solves problems, how the common man faces the difficulties of life. He learned a lot, came and reported to the emperor in deathbed. All courtiers said, this prince has learned everything that he can become a king or an emperor. The old emperor said no. Let him go to the forest. There is a hermit there. Learn from him. The young prince goes out, meets the hermit. The hermit tells him, go out into the forest, listen to the sounds that are there. The prince heard many sounds which he has not heard in the palace at all. The murmur of the trees and the levy of the brooks. He heard a lot of sounds which he had not heard earlier. He reproduced it before the hermit. The hermit said, no, not enough. The prince again goes back, listens with rapt attention. Then he comes and tells the hermit, I heard 2 new voices, 2 new sounds. What is that? I could hear the sound of the daybreak. I could hear the sound of the daybreak. I could hear the sound of honey getting filled into the flower. Then the hermit said, now you are fit enough to go as the emperor. Now you are fit enough to lead. Now you have fit enough because you have the essential knowledge. Being able to hear what others do not hear. Being able to see what others don't see. Being able to hear the sound of silence. That is the gist of education. Education is what remains once one forgets what one learns in the classrooms. This is not stated by me. This was stated by Einstein. Education is what remains once you forget what you learn in the classrooms. You know, one of the golden eras of Indian history was born in the cottage kitchen of a widow. The young prince, routed in battle, flees the battlefield along with his master. They seek asylum in the cottage kitchen of a widow. The widow is making bread. Suddenly, the Acharya, the teacher of the prince, he tells the prince, look at that. She is making bread. If you want to eat bread, start from the periphery. If you bite at the center, your tongue will burn. Taking a cue from this, the young prince goes back to the battlefield. Pitch battle takes place. He attacks the enemy from where the enemy was weakest and wins the battle, wins the war, establishes an empire. Chandragupta Maurya and Chanakya. Chanakya and Chandragupta Maurya. They learned the art of warfare, not from the Sandhurst Academy, not from North Point, not from the Indian Military Academy. They learned the art of warfare from the village kitchen of a widow. Learn from life. Learn from life. Life is the best teacher. That is why Wordsworth says, throw away your books and come with me to nature. Nature is a great teacher. Yes, nature is the greatest teacher. Have you any doubt? See, in the jungles of Bengal, in Sundarbans I heard, one day the trees decided, after all, a forest is a forest because trees are there. What is the role of these animals here? Why are the animals coming here? They are intruders. They have no place here. The animals come and dirty the place. The cheetah wants to rest on my branches. The young tree said, I will never allow the cheetah to rest on my branches. And the bamboo said, let the animals come here. We will rub shoulders and create a forest fire. So they drew away the animals. The youngsters were very happy. The new generation trees were extremely happy. But there was a grandpa tree who told the youngsters, please do not drive away the animals. They are also part and parcel of us. The youngsters said, no, they have no place here. Forest is forest because of the trees, not because of the animals. Once the animals were driven away, the young tree felt something unpleasant happening on its trunk. Something fell on the trunk, something which made it painful for him. He found a woodcutter has come and was trying to cut down the young tree with his axe. He asked the older tree, the grandpa tree, what is happening here? Granduncle, what is happening here? He said, see, this is a woodcutter trying to put his axe on the young trees. Why is it happening? It never happened earlier. Then the grandpa said, it did not happen earlier because the wild animals were here. The lion, the tiger, the cheetah, they were here. Once you have driven them out, this is what is happening. The woodcutter has come in. There is a place for everyone in the universe. Education to teach us to be in tune with nature. Throw away your books and come with me to nature. Nature is certainly a great teacher. I am speaking this from a place which has got a galaxy of luminaries which will inspire us. This is a place where Babadev Bhatta was there, Ramal Pandit, the poet was there, Jimud Bhan and Narahari Sarkar. 3 cheers to the great names which has made Burdwan the greatest of the great places in this part of the land. Krishnadas, Kabiraj, Raghunath Shiromani, Mugindaram Chakrabarti, Harish Chandra Mukherjee, the list of luminaries which came from this place increases. They inspire us. 3 cheers to the great men who has made Burdwan one of the greatest of the great places of this land. You are sharing the heritage of that. Therefore, you have every right to feel proud of this place and this university which has given you this opportunity. I would not like to take more of your time. I remember, education is not just mere acquisition of knowledge. The knowledge has been translated into action, application. My friend Mr. Keshavan was traveling with me, one of the nation's renowned experts in the field of agriculture. He was telling me, mere acquisition of knowledge is not enough. If the knowledge society is to be drawn forward, that acquisition of knowledge has to be applied. Yes, I remember, as I know in my earlier birth, I was an IAS officer. Once, I was principal secretary to the Chief Minister. The Chief Minister told me, boss, we should do something very momentous to help the tribals of the state. So I called all the secretaries, the collectors, the district magistrates, chief engineers. Many sessions came how to help the tribals. Then somebody said, the chief engineer said, sir, let us build a bridge across the river. Because the tribals have to collect minor forest produce and bring it to the local market. They have to swim across a turbulent river, especially in the hot sun. So if a bridge is there, that will be very helpful to tribals. Agree? 10 crores was given as outlay for the bridge. But when it was completed, as it always happens in the PWD everywhere, it was 30 crores. The bridge was to be inaugurated. The tribal bridge was to be inaugurated. Chief Minister was there, ministers are there, Panchayat members are there, MLAs are there, MPs are there. More people on the stage than in the audience. The media was also there. The visual media. Visual media, somebody asked, this bridge is meant for the tribals. Where is the tribal chief? So I knew tomorrow's banner headline will be, the tribal chief ignored for the tribal function. That is going to be the box item tomorrow. So being the secretary to the chief minister, I looked at the district magistrate. The district magistrate looked sharp at the tahsildar. The tahsildar looked at dirt and in the village officer. Finally they went and caught the Mupan or the tribal chief. True to the requirements of the modern media, somebody put a tunic on the Mupan or the chief and gave him a wand. The tribal chief looked like a Ben-Hur stepping out of the annals of the Bible. Very fit for the visual media. The visual media asked him a question. Chief, this bridge is meant for the tribals. Yes. How do you like the bridge? The tribal chief said, I like the bridge very much. Why do you like it so much? His simple, innocent reply. Before the bridge was built, we had to swim across the river in the hot sun. Now that the bridge is there, we can swim under its shade. This is a type of social commitment which educated Lord have shown. This is the type of tribal bridges which the ilk of me in the Indian administrative is not what is required. Education should lead us to be in tune with life. Education should teach us what to do, what not to do, when to do. Yes, when you are confronted with a crisis in life, you should not be like Shakespeare's Hamlet, to be or not to be. You should be able to stand up and say, take decisive decisions when it is called for. I am reminded of an incident from the great Einstein's life. Einstein had propounded the theory of relativity. He became instantly famous. So every university wanted to invite Einstein and honor him. Einstein, as you know, has certain idiosyncrasies about him. He will travel only in his old rickety car. And his own driver should drive it, whichever country it is. The Oxford University invited him. So he came from Germany in his own old car, and the same driver was with him. On the way, Einstein has this nasty habit of micromanaging. He tells the driver, change the gear, change the gear. He said, please keep quiet. Please stop this backside driving. This is not like a theory of relativity. Einstein, oh, your driving is more important than the theory of relativity? On the London roads, yes, my driving is more important than your theory of relativity. So then Einstein, okay, then you do one. I will do the driving. You speak on the theory. So driver came into the rear seat and Einstein started driving. In this belly they forgot. They had reached the gates of Oxford. All the professors came, opened the rear door because VIP is always there. And the driver, assuming that the driver is Einstein, they ushered the driver onto the stage and introduced, here is a great Einstein who will give his lecture on the theory of relativity. The driver gave an excellent lecture on the theory of relativity because he had heard Einstein lecturing in so many places. So same lecture he gave. At the end of the lecture, the professor of Oxford, professor of physics, stood up and asked a question in quantum physics. You know what the clever driver did? Clever to the professor, elementary, these questions are elementary. Even my driver will be able to answer that. Called Einstein, please come on the stage. When to say, what to say, how to say, that is what equips you for life. Education should equip you for life. Yes, education should take you to that level where the mind is without fear, where the head is held high, where knowledge is free, into that heaven of freedom. Let this university make you arise and come, arise, awake, stop not till you reach your goal. Thank you very much. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to please present a memento to the Honorable Chancellor, sir, as a token of gratitude and regards.
The proceedings of the convocation will continue. The Honorable Vice Chancellor will preside over the function on my behalf. Thank you.
May I request the cultural wing of the BURDWAN University to present the national anthem. At the time of national anthem, all are requested to rise from their seats.
वो आगे আছে
All of you are requested to please remain seated. Please allow us to
বলে
যে বক্তৃতা দিচ্ছে তাকে ধর তুই বক্তৃতা দিচ্ছে তাকে ধর তুই
আর যারা বকুব খাবো
all of you are requested to remain seated. Please allow us 2 minutes to rearrange the dais. Respected Dean Arts, University of Burdwan, Respected Dean Science, University of Burdwan, Joint Registrar, members of the court and the Executive Council are requested to take their seats on the dais. silence in the auditorium. We request all of you to please take your seats and maintain silence in the auditorium.
You are all requested to take your seats, please. We are again beginning the proceedings of the convocation. Please be seated. All of you are requested to take your seats, please.
All of you are please requested to take your seats and maintain silence.
Honorable Chief Guest, to address the convocation.
Namaskar, good day to all of you, dear friends. So, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Saha, Honorable members of the Academic Council, Board, distinguished members of the honorary degree recipients, just please come down.
Please, you are requested to take your seat, please. Please maintain silence, please.
My esteemed colleagues of BURDWAN University, distinguished guests, parents of the degree recipients, and my dear degree recipients. Frankly speaking, you must have realized by now that the role of the chief guest in this cardinal event is quite insignificant, frankly speaking. And to my understanding, the major role is played by the university authorities, the academic council, your teachers, and of course, your parents. However, the common tradition requires one person from outside the university to be invited for addressing the degree recipients. Why it is so? Even being aware of the secondary role of the chief guest, I could not resist the temptation to be with you all today, as this grand event represents the moment of your transit to the third ashrama in the fourth ashrama system of our ancient civilization. You will soon remember, my dear friends, that you are going to leave a very distinguished and special position and status as a student.
Please maintain silence.
I think once you leave the status of a student and become a normal citizen, you will find many changes in your life. My beloved degree recipients, this is a moment for you to cherish the success you have achieved through hard work and dedication. Getting a degree from one of the top-ranking university like BURDWAN University requires merit and dedication and hard work, and I think you have achieved that, and you need to be congratulated by all, including myself. About a quarter of a century ago, when I started getting such invitation to address the convocations, and when I was much younger, not wise enough, I used to spend a lot of time preparing such speeches, giving a lot of sermons and advices. Later, I think I realize now at the age of 82 that is totally futile. The old tradition of subjecting the fresh degree recipients to the sermons and advices from a chief guest was primarily to prepare the young students for their working life. As in the earlier days, the students were predominantly confined to their studies without much scope to have a taste of the outside world. But now, in these days of the knowledge-based society and information technology, all of you are as informed and knowledgeable and wise about the outside world as any chief guest can hope to be. Therefore, with this realization, I do not believe anymore in giving sermons and advices. But there is always a however. And I feel that like sharing some experience I have gained through my long teaching career of 55 years, and I sincerely hope that you will kindly tolerate me for this. You see that we have all heard about the saying that life is the best teacher and time is the best healer. But unfortunately, we all have only one life to learn from. And by the time we learn everything from our life, there's much less time left to utilize that knowledge, unless we transmit that knowledge and experience to the next generation. The way such teachings only can be rendered useful in such way, and human civilization can progress. Now, dear friends, I can tell you something which may not be out of context today, but remember, I am not giving any sermons or anything. I am only going to tell you something which may help you to prepare yourself for the coming working life you are going to start soon. And it may be advisable to tell you something about the professional and service career that is lying before you. As you all understand, our country is now at the crossroads of her long journey in the history of human civilization. We are noticing India is now poised to take up a major role in the world affairs, both economic and political. It is accelerating at a fast rate to become a knowledge and technology resource house for the rest of the world. And the rest of the world is fast approaching the third industrial revolution. Dear friends, you know, maybe most of you are aware of the first industrial revolution, where the human civilization entered the mechanized age with the steam engine and automobiles. Next was the computer and information technology age. The way it has changed our life, you all have experienced that. But similarly, it is expected that not too distant future, we are going to start the third industrial revolution. The impact of that will go far beyond the imagination of even the science fiction writers. I can tell you that. And all the indications are already present. Now I think the main thing what you have to now keep in mind, that the way your working life is going to be in the future time. Now please remember that the current system which you see around you, the kind of job, the nature of your working life will be far different at the time when you are at the peak of your career. And that is what something I would like to tell you about, which may be useful to some of you if you are really going to enter the third industrial revolution era. Now, without going into much details, I think you may think that I have so many pages, but no, please note that I have used 18 type font, so not too much is contained in so many pages. Be careful about it. And why I am here is that the students at this age, they neither listen to their parents nor to their teachers. That is my experience. So an outsider like me, perhaps you will listen and may like to pay some attention. So what I will do, I will tell you point by point. You see, dear friends, the various disciplines which you are experiencing now, you are familiar with, are going to be far more interdependent and interdisciplinary in nature. And the boundary between various disciplines, like this is physics, that is chemistry, it will change and gradually vanish. Of course, technology will take a predominant role, but the various areas of technology will be far more interdisciplinary and science-based in the future time. Next is apart from the new discoveries appearing with increasing frequency, even the existing areas of different subjects will undergo mutations at unbelievably faster rates. Therefore, at the cost of your success, or at the root of your success in your working life, will be continuing education. You have to remain a student all along your life. Don't think that getting your final degree from the university, your student life is ending here. Please note, the world in the future will force you to remain a student all along. Unless a working professional becomes an active participant in this particular continuing education, he or she will not take much time to become obsolete and perhaps useless. In fact, the whole nature of education system, I think, may undergo a drastic modification due to the impact of the forthcoming third industrial revolution. In this context, I will humbly request the University BURDWAN. It's a very eminent and major university of our country. I think it can think of initiating some major programs in futuristic areas which can be credited even by the working people in both humanities. So thus, the continuing education will not become a side business of a university in a distant corner somewhere in the campus building. But it is going to be a major activity, I can tell you, and all the universities of the world are preparing for this. This continuing education will be done both in the in-person mode and also in the distance mode. Secondly, I would like to request the university to do another thing. You know, it is very important to make the students of the young generation to be aware of the society and to give some service to the society, which is done in the outside world. I have seen in the US. There the students are actually encouraged to take part in many social activities. I think similarly, therefore, if this university takes up some areas of skill development and training of working people and employ the university students in that, going to villages, training people in many areas which can make our very poor people in the village or rural areas capable of earning money. I think you will find the students are going to have not only education in the typical way or the traditional way, but they will also have a taste of social service. So this can be an integral part of the university's education system, as I have seen in many major universities in the West. The students are sent to countries like Africa, South, Latin America, Australia, New Zealand, and take part in social activities. The university has planned flexible programs in upcoming areas like data science, intellectual property rights, industry-related legal aspects, medical legal aspects, and there are many such areas which will become major employment generation areas in the future. And not only the traditional subjects that universities should keep that in mind, that they must start some kind of activities. Even the working people can join the university, as you know, in the West, to my liking. In our country, there are so many restrictions that it prevents the working people to join the university and earn more degrees. But I think it will be essential for the nature of life and work in the future, so that the universities keep their doors open for all along a person's life, who can come and earn a degree and get education. So I think this is one of my humble requests. BURDWAN University being a very major university of our country, I think if it takes some kind of leadership role in this, it may bring a lot of good things for the future, and I can assure you that the futuristic working life you are going to face will very much benefited through this kind of a university role. Another very important change you may experience in the future is that in large number of cases your work may be a multitasking nature. Nowadays you join a job, all along you think that you are only working in a particular area. But in future you will be forced to do too many things, maybe sometimes related, sometimes not related, and that is called multitasking. And the future employment will be in the majority of the cases multitasking like this. Furthermore, another very important thing that you may experience, that in large number of cases or a large number of the working people may work or they may play the role of a consultant rather than being an employee. So therefore your role actually already it has started happening. Many countries you will see that a large section of people, they are consultants. So you will be consultant to various organizations in all the different areas. So there are some other major issues that may play important roles in your working life in a few decades from now. Thus you can take proper care of your attitude towards work and also plan your career accordingly. The present tendency of the graduating students to fall for a fat pay packet and permanent job may not pay dividend or may not pay dividend in the long run. The only advice I would like to give you, only one, is that to the extent possible do not abandon your core competence gained through the wonderful education you have received in this university. Please try to acquire further skills like management, finance, above your core competence. I have found that in your core subject you maintain, you will be always a sought after person in any industry or any organization. Otherwise, often there is a decline as one continues to grow old, and so plan to maintain the strength of your special knowledge and skill base all along. I wish an excellent and prosperous career to all of you in whatever directions you take your working lives. Whatever levels you may attain in your life, please do not forget the sacrifices and contributions made by your parents so that you can achieve success in your life. Finally, my dear degree recipients, I pray that you all can become and daughters of our motherland and helpful to become a cradle of prosperity and a source of happiness for the whole humanities. Namaskar, Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. May I request the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, sir, to please present the recipients of DILIT Honoris Causa to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, I present to you Sri Sishendra Mukhopadhyay, who has been considered suitable for the award of the degree of Doctor of Literature Honoris Causa by the University in appreciation of his outstanding contribution to the field of Bengali literature as a novelist and short story writer. Please, sir.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I do hereby confer on Sri Sishendra Mukhopadhyay the degree of Doctor of Literature Honoris Causa, and I hope that the tie of your esteemed self with this university, which is being established today, will continue for years to come for the benefit of the academic community of this temple of learning.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, I present to you Pandit Ajay Chakraborty, who has been considered suitable for the award of the degree of Doctor of Literature Honoris Causa by the University in appreciation of contribution in the field of Indian classical music and especially in the portraying the most subtle features of different Indian classical arenas.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I do hereby confer on Pandit Ajay Chakraborty the degree of Doctor of Literature honoris causa, and I hope that the tie of your esteemed self with this university, which is being established today, will continue for years to come for the benefit of the academic community of this temple of learning.
May I request the Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor Sir to please present the recipients of the TSc honoris causa to the Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir.
Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, I present to you Professor Sumon Kumar Dhar, who has been considered suitable for the award of the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa by the university in appreciation of his outstanding contribution to the field of molecular and cellular biology, and also of his lifelong commitment to research and teaching, especially in the areas of DNA replications and cell divisions, studies in pathogens, genomics and proteomics, studies of the pathogens and host pathogen interaction.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I do hereby confer on Professor Sumon Kumar Dhar causa, and I hope that the tie of your esteemed self with this university, which is being established today, will continue for years to come for the benefit of the academic community of this temple of learning.
Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Subhasis Chaudhary has been considered suitable for the award of the degree of Doctor of Science by the university in appreciation of his remarkable contribution in the area of engineering science, especially in the branch of the image processing, computer vision, pattern recognition, machine learning and the computational haptics, and also of his lifelong dedicated teaching and research.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I do hereby confer on Professor Subhasis Chaudhary the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa in absentia, and I hope that the tie of his esteemed self with this university, which is being established today, will continue for years to come for the benefit of the academic community of this temple of learning. I now request Sri Shishandu Mukhopadhyay, recipient of Delete honoris causa degree, kindly to express his sentiment on this occasion briefly. Sir, please.